Strike. Last time we're taking on the defense up quickly. Right, I think we are back and going. Sorry, everybody, it's been a bit of a nightmare. Bit of a nightmare of a day. But we are back. Let me know if you can hear me. I think it should be all right. Still just trying to sort out a lot of things. So if you can let me know here, let me know if you can hear me. That would really help. Yeah, so I'm busy settling in. It's been a day from hell. So let's get everything sorted. The Lions are in the lead, so we move. I mean, talk about things that you wouldn't expect. Things you wouldn't expect. The Lions in the lead after almost 4 minutes. Over at Loftus, my stream has been absolutely terrible, so I'm going to try and do something to try and improve it. Right, I'm back. And the Bulls, I think I've just knocked it on, actually. Right, sorry, so we're just settling in here. I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to try and catch up. I'm also going to do the one thing that I always said I never do. I'm going to try and eat on the stream because I haven't eaten anything today. I've had a horrendous day. The Lions probably not going to make it any better, so yeah, that's what's happening. As well as SuperSport, who decided that their app doesn't want to work on my iPad, so we don't have the backup stream, which never helps. So we're going to sort that out. But yeah, first scrum here, and it's a very changed Lions side. No changes in the front row. And look, to be fair to him, I suppose, you know, I'm always very critical of PJ Buerta, who did win the penalty when we just got our 3 points there, so he started a bit better this week than he did last week. But I don't know, I've had a lot of, I've had quite a lot of issues with what the commentators have been saying in the build-up there, you know, because you look at last week, and as a Lions fan, I would say the biggest problem last week was, well, I'd say the only good thing that we took out last week was our scrum, because our front row, they actually stood up and played last week. But you then got Robbie Kempson deciding that, you know, they made changes, but are they the right changes? You know, the front row, who were dominated last week. And I definitely did not think that front row got dominated last week. I can't think of a single scrum last week where the Bulls just walked over the lines. In fact, in many ways, I thought we were unlucky to get more purchase out of our scrums. And there we get our first purchase out of the scrums. Any back to run, best referee in South Africa is in. And there's the scrum penalty as well. But I don't know, I'm getting quite bored of the standard of commentary we have in this country, you know, talking about and they're talking about in the studio, and they're saying, you know, the Lions want to play in high tempo, but, you know, have they really picked the pack to do that? And the only change that they've made is no, the audio should be fine. It should be back. Let me see if that makes any difference. Is that any better? Yeah, the only change we made to our pack, well, obviously we've just seen now that looks like PhD has come into the flank. It's a very nice ball there by the Lions, by the way. It's broken apart though, but it gained a couple of meters. The only change we made in the pack was to bring in Ruan Charlie at lock for Willem Albers. And another penalty, so it's all Lions at the moment. But if there was ever a change to make the pack more mobile, that would be it. So I just don't understand the comments that were made before and during this game so far. But anyway, the Lions have started very nicely, which is quite a nice change. Let's hope that we can actually continue with this sort of momentum, because we've got a penalty here. It's right at the right-hand side, and Tian Swanepoel's going to have a kick goal. Decent looking more there. I'm not sure about Australia at lock. I think we miss a bit of grunt and weight there. But as I said, the one thing you should do then is we should have a lot of mobility. So if we want to try and run the Bulls off their feet, then in theory, aside from maybe Carly Sardi, it is a very mobile pack. I mean, he's totally, maybe not also not the most mobile, but certainly can do a job there. James Whitehall brings in the extra 3 over there. So after 8 minutes, the Lions are actually 6 up. We're moving, we're moving. I think a lot of disrespect for this Lions side, who have had, let's be honest, about 2 really poor performances this season. But let's not act as if before last weekend the Bulls were just walking over every opposition. In fact, I mean, it was only last weekend they actually drew level to the Lions. So I've copped a lot of abuse in the last week about the performance of the Lions, and I think if you guys watch, you'll know that I was the first to say it was terrible. But this is a new week as Frank Mahorn there takes it into contact and tries to get the Lions going once again on the front foot. Andre Warner now playing up for the box kick. Solid take now. So hi, who's watching? Hello Kevin, hello Bianca. Good morning. Hope I can stay awake for the Ireland versus Wales game. Also talk about scheduling. We can't do all the different games because they're all happening at the same time. Hi from Jakarta. Another day, another loss for the Lions. Calm down. Your audio is a bit different today. I'm hoping that it should be fine now. How did Man United do last night? You can't even affect me tonight. So I'm so disjointed from that club after the week we've had. It's been a while before I really care about that team again, like I did. Right, the backup stream is going, which is good news. Thoughts on Greek was dominating Pumas and Cheetahs upsetting Bulls. It's good. I think it's good. I think we need more of that. I thought the Pumas were looking pretty good going into that game, so it was quite a shock result, but I'm glad that it happened. And the Cheetahs beating the Bulls, we need more of that. I think Cheetahs are a dark horse in the Currie Cup because of their the fact that they don't have two competitions. She is the worst record, all the calls wrong. Well, she's the second best referee in the country. And no surprise the Bulls fan is here saying that all the calls so far have been wrong. So, just accept the fact that for the first 10 minutes, you guys have been outplayed by the men from Johannesburg. That would be wonderful. And then Andrew Warner now just making a silly mistake. I mean, knocking it off at the base of the scrum. That's so good from him, really. If I get into issues today, I will just lose. I've had possibly one of the worst days in my life, and now the interview seems to be playing up. I don't have time for this. Get me there. The scrum, the maul calls were so wrong. Not really when you think that the mauls was collapsed, and the scrums that went down, he lost his line. So, I mean, but Cody Arter has broken through the Lions' defence, ball slightly behind Madosh Tambo, which allows the Lions' defence to scramble. Ivan Rousseau eventually makes the tackle. Zach Berger, it's a bit of a sloppy pass. Frankie Horn comes away with it. I think I know how to fix the audio. Give me 5 seconds. No, I think it could be better. Let me know if that's any better. I think I know what the issue is. It should be resolved now. So you can let me know. That'd be fantastic. I don't like the change of the lines, mate. To be perfectly honest, I don't like them at all. I think that the back line last week, whilst didn't play particularly well, Manu Russ has yet to impress me at the Currie Cup level, let alone the URC level. Chad's all but number 10. I can understand Fedzeling had an horrible match. We need to get Jordan Hendrickson back. Hey, turnover on the ground there from Carly Sardi. Good work there. Now counter-attack. Edel van der Merwe. Oh my goodness, he's been charged down. Andrew Warner get there, and you can just dab that down. Goodness me. Right, let's see what we can do today here, chaps. We've got 3 watch-alongs in a row. We've got the Lions taking on the Bulls, followed by the Stormers taking on the Sharks, and then we're going to be going straight into the England versus Scotland game, which obviously we'll be a bit late for because it will run. The Stormers Sharks game will run into that game. But what can we do? It'd be really nice if Six Nations can just, even us, as the URC, just sort of plan around these things. Get all the viewers at the right time here. But Swanepoel with the restart has gone pretty deep into Bulls territory. Albert Lowe's putting his head down. He's met in the tackle by Ruben Schoeman. In fact, he's actually driven back in the tackle by Ruben Schoeman. That's a bit better. Jacques Fourie spoke about the attitude on defense and the fact that we haven't been showing it. So that's what the big thing's going to be today. I think is the big defensive effort. 2 players on the ball there as well. Turnover from this. I mean, this is like a whole different line side. Now Andre Warner kicking the ball in behind. And it'll run up by 22. It's like a whole different line side at the moment. Apparently, there were a lot of words at the said it during the week. So let's hope that we see a bit of a response. Okay, it's taken back. So the Conquer out in the full there as the Bulls hack it downfield. And Stian Pienaar is watching this go. Stian Pienaar, one of the couple of changes into the team in place of Ras Vakana. So we lost quite a bit of pace, but a bit more physicality from Stian Pienaar, and that's not particularly good kick. I don't know why I didn't go inside to Devon Rousseau. He had a much better angle. New center combination. I'm very excited to see Matt Moore, no Burger Windell, so that's an easy change to make. I think I want to see a big game from Manu Russ. If you're gonna drop one to see the Similani, I want to see a big game from Manu Russ. Who the other day for me struggled in the Curry Cup. Bit of a messy line out there for the Bulls, but they do win it. Zach Berg gives it to Maurice Stain. Goes to Harold Forster, goes to Curly Orense, and he's hitting the tackle early. Manu Russ coming away with it. Now the breaks. Oh, Matt Moore. Matt Moore gets the offload away. Devon Rousseau inside as the Lions carry into the Bulls half. Lions had to capitalize on a couple of early mistakes here from the Bulls. Zach Creel at scrum half, giving it to PJ Buerta. He offloads to PJ Steenkamp, who's on the flank. Wasn't supposed to be on the flank. It was supposed to be Emmanuel Stuka. Now Andre Warner giving it to Manu Russ, steps inside and slips. But nice tempo here from the Lions. Now Warner going to Carly Sardi. He's lost the ball in contact. That's frustrating. Now can the Bulls counter-attack? Also a couple of forward passes. There's Niall Pooh then goes to the boot. Edward van der Merwe is going to come back and clean up. Goes to boot. Yeah, fine touch. Just past the 10-meter line. So that's all right. That's frustrating from Carly Sardi. That was a nice bit of continuity there from the Lions. You can just see the tackle coming here from Ruan Nokia. Hits the ball and just lodges it out of the hand. So good. I'm glad that the Sun has rectified his issue. I think we have a potential good team with Sia Masuka from the Cheetahs. Yeah, interesting to see if he gets a bit more game time and if we can let him grow there. I'm not sure I'll be calling him the next Bokte and stuff like that because we need to see him grow. Unfortunately, we are we're just very short-stocked on flowers at the moment. That's a better line from the Bulls. Harold Forster giving it out to Mornay Stain, giving it to Curtly Orense. Sorry, it's Pooh to Curtly Orense. Then left the ball behind and knocks it forward. Curtly Orense, I think that might be the third handling it from him today, which is a bit surprising from a sevens player. Meanwhile, I've got chips that are getting very cold here, so I'm going to eat them. Steers chips are the best chips in the country. Fight me otherwise. I've had one of those days where like anything that could go wrong has gone wrong. To the point where I thought, you know what, I'm having a bad day. Let me just order something nice for lunch. And they forgot my blooming drink. Like, you had one job. You had one job. So another scrum down. The Lions have so far had a penalty at scrum, so hopefully you can see more of those. But it almost looks like a bit like the roles reversed, where the Bulls just haven't been particularly clinical so far, making far too many basic errors. And the Lions, touch wood, have arrived to actually play for once. Let me just quickly, the time was off there. So in support for the Lions, whilst we're playing well here to get some scoreboard pressure, the Bulls will have phases where they are better in the game. But so whilst you have a good play, as you see, 4 handling errors there from the Bulls, 2 from the Lions so far. So it's already been quite a bit of a messy game. Carly Starley starting to come through there nicely. Penalty for the Lions. Come on. That's what I'm saying. Let him scrum, and he was scrum. The initial pressure was coming in from the Bulls, and Carly Starley says, absolutely not. You're not having me. Puts the pressure back on, starts to go through S&P and Mantanzima, wins the penalty, and the Lions can now kick towards the corner. Tian Swample's got a very big boot, so he needs to put this nice and close. Right, now the good news is, Bulls fans, that we all know the Lions can't win a line out. So I wouldn't say you need to worry just yet. You just can't even begin to call it, can you? How have you made it to international level, or not international level, as URC level, as a hooker, and that's not a penalty? This ref is terrible. You're listening to the commentary, although Robbie Kempson's having a good go, but Robbie Kempson also said that the Bulls were dominant scrum last week, which they just didn't. So if you're going to listen to Robbie Kempson for your professional opinion, I think you could be in limited company there. I think he's actually spoken a lot of crap today so far. I think Baby Tehran is our best referee by country mile in this country, so I'm never going to call it terrible. We want Mars van der Westhuizen or Rasta Wenger at the moment. Keeping the ball as long as you can. Warner's going to have to use it. He goes down the blind side. Chips and chase, but it's very well taken there by Canan Moody. So it's a straight in there from Andre Warner. We'd like to have seen him take just take the contact almost, that 50-50 of the ball, nice big tackle, and Marcel could see it. It's like a whole different attitude at the moment from the Lions defensively. PJ Steele comes straight through. Now trying to fight for the not going to find touch there, by the way, the kick ahead. So Edel van der Merwe gives a chance. Swanepoel lines up a drop goal, which goes off to the left. Not a bad attempt, though. Struggled quite nicely. Carly looking for a bot spot. Yeah, look, I said last weekend that he wouldn't look out of place in a box squad. And all the Sharks fans got jumped all over me saying that Thomas Troy was so much better. I mean, Carly Starr is 24 years old. Plenty of years ahead of him. And I don't think you'll find a better scrummager in the country. Edel van der Merwe giving the chase there. Big hit on Elke Jansa, who's once again dropped the ball. This time not backwards, but Matt Moore has made a lot of pressure there. I think not the ball on and trying to pick up. But that is what we need, people. A bit of intensity. Kurt Lawrence has been targeted under the high ball, and the Lions are absolutely nailing him. Matt Moore, who I'm a big fan of, watched a lot of rugby when he was at St Andrews, putting on the pressure, just couldn't quite pick it up. As you can see, the timing of the tackle here. Perfect by Edel van der Merwe. The ball gets knocked backwards. Then Zach Berger tries to jump on it. Matt Moore's all over him, forcing the ball to come loose again, and then he just can't quite pick it up. But the pressure the Lions are starting to exert on the Bulls is what was been missing. It's that intensity that we haven't quite seen so far this year. So what are our predictions for the day? We're going Bull Stormers here. Are we going Stormers Sharks. We're going Scotland, England. We're going Ireland, Wales. Where are we sitting at? What's the chat today for the various games and stuff like that? It's a lot of rugby happening on today. The New Jersey, and he's good to go. Is Zach Berger? In fact, he's not good to go. Bruce appears on the field. So Zach Berger just going off the field. Might be a bit of an HIA. And look, I mean, what a pleasure to be able to bring in Bruce Appear on, who I thought was actually one of the biggest, the best players for Bulls last weekend. I thought his exit play was absolutely spot on. Every single time the Bulls had possession inside Lions territory, that they just I mean, he just turned around and put them back on the halfway line, which is so draining as a team. But there we go. Let's come down. This time penalty to the Bulls. Well, the Lions had go for a ball, so they probably won't be too upset with that. I think it's Carly Sardi who just slipped there and went down. I think it's actually called for the cut from the system on the other side there. I think there's it's against East Tory. They overexert themselves a little bit, but as I said, the smile on their face, they won't mind that. I mean, oh my goodness! I mean, Steve Sartori had Jacques Van Rooyen up in about an extra 1,000 meters above sea level. So I think it was against. Yeah, actually, I don't know where the penalty is coming from here. I think Carly Sardi, goes down a little bit there. I mean, doesn't drop his shoulder, his arm. First riding more here from the Bulls. Now Mercy PS uses. Oh, and Harold Forster has just knocked it on. Now the kick chase ahead. Matt Moore after it. Curly Answer cleans up. Straight down the throat of Edel van der Merwe. Scrum cap to scrum cap. Edel van der Merwe goes inside to Dion Rousseau. He's got a left boot. And I've lost contact. So that's gone really, really well. Why is nothing working today? So waiting out for the backup stream to catch up. So yeah, it was kicked ahead by Curtly Answer. And yeah, the boot to Dion Rousseau. He's got a left-footed boot. It looks like it's gone too far. I mean, that's an absolutely terrible kick from Dion Rousseau. Well, how can you do that? How can you kick it out like that? That is actually moronic. Now the Bulls are on the charge. Now the Pooh slipping the tackle into the 22 here. The Bulls, they got my stream down again. I have to go reset everything because nothing will work at the moment. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be back. Goodness me. Wow, what did I miss? Where are we at here? Supposed to get my clock going again. 23, we've got a scrum down over here inside Lions territory. Who's got a hold of the ball? I think Moses Pierre's got a hold of the ball, so it's a nice attacking opportunity for the Bulls. I think the rain will actually suit the Bulls, because it was starting to get a bit open, which is where the Lions thrive. But now all of a sudden, Harold Forster going to line with Pook, running a good line, brought down by Matt Moore and Manny Russ. Pick up and go. That's a really good pick up and go. I think that's Arno, but no, it's Harold Forster. Big defense now needed from the Lions. Pick up and go. Doesn't go anywhere. Now Jacques Van Solid tackle there by PJ Steenkamp, but there's an advantage there for the Bulls. That's a nice big tackle there, driven back on the contact, but still advantage for the Bulls. Pick up and go from Ono Buerta. Sorry, Albert Lowe, he's brought down just short. Bulls are over, but have they got grounding? No, it doesn't look like any grounding, so it will be a penalty. Right. The famed Bulls pick up and go. Ono Buerta then go to Marcel Gutsia. The ball seems to be over there, and they've awarded the try. That is such amateurish defending. That is such amateurish defending. You know what's coming. You know what's coming. You know that they are going to pick up and go. You know that either he's going or it's Marcel Gutsia. And four of you decide to go make the tackle, and you still can't stop him. As Jacques Ruiz talks about in terms of an attitude, that is an attitude thing. Oh, this. Who is it? Who is it? So it's Matt Moore. And why are you trying to hold him up? I mean, why are you trying to hold him up? I mean, all they've done is let him run over the try line, and then they've let go of him because they haven't been able to keep him up. And you know, then you're right there, and all he has to do is place. So I mean, that's really pathetic from the Lions. I mean, really. But what are we saying here? What are people saying about? So Sean Farrell says, I think Sharks over Stormers by 7, Ireland by 7 against the Welsh, Scotland over England by 2. Kevin's going Lions, Sharks, England, and Ireland to win. Matthew Dixon's going, I'm going for Italy win against France. That's a huge call. Sean Farrell's going France 55, Italy 10. Pip's going 3-0 to France. I'll be very surprised if we see that. Kevin says, actually, Italy could pose a problem for France. Looking forward to see how the Italy coach staff can have an impact on the squad. I think Italy's going to be an interesting project. I think they've got a lot of good players in that Italian side. Debriefed off there from the Lions. Albert Lowe trying to create a bit of a better angle. Now Ambrose Pierre's going to go to the clearance. He was very good this last week. And he finds touch just outside the 22. So an opportunity here for the Lions to hit back, and they need to. They need to, because that's frustrating. You know, as I said, you got to make your opportunities count, and they didn't make it count earlier. And then as soon as the Bulls got to the 22, very, very average defense, I think is the best word to describe it. And the Bulls are over. Oh, they broke it on the short side. Yeah, goes PJ Buerta. Go, PJ Buerta. Prove me wrong. And the ball squared on the side, but I think it's popped out. So a penalty for the Bulls playing the ball on the ground. That's frustrating. That's frustrating. That could have been absolutely massive. Imagine we had managed to capitalize on that. Pity. It would have been nice. Right, running more yet from the Bulls. The Lions defended it reasonably well last time. Tester there, and it's fallen back to the side of the Bulls. Marcel Garcia giving it away to Steenkamp. Big opportunity is for the Bulls. But it's a penalty for holding on, and as Ruben Skuman has gone over that ball. Yeah, Ruben. Come on, lads. MC goes Scotland 18, England 15. It's the same old story for Lions, but there is little improvement. I mean, it's half an hour gone, and it hasn't been as one-sided as we would have thought. Yeah, as soon as it went down there, Ruben Skuman all over that ball nice and quickly. So, yeah, I mean, you don't want to say anything too soon, but it's much, much better than last week. Much better. You know, they look like they're actually trying and they're playing for it. And what has happened to this? Come on, yeah, there we go. Work. Long may it continue because we need it. I mean, even if it's not going to be. Oh, show the top to Frankie Horn. Bit of a different move there. I mean, look, that's been ripped in the tackle. I was about to say, just a nice positive, and then you've ripped in the tackle and conceded possession. So that's frustrating. That's supporting the Lions for you. Right, Spport stay back in the pocket. Under a bit of pressure, gives it to Madosh Tumwe. Madosh Tumwe just decides to hack it downfield. Good to take from Divan Rousseau. Madosh Tumwe up quickly. Divan Rousseau going kicking chase. We haven't seen much Divan Rousseau in a Lions jersey. He's been taken out. Not sure if it's illegally, but most Pierre now's got a bit of space to run. Gets away from one, gives to Peter Mantazima, tries to put in the goose step, but then runs into a couple of big Lions forwards who are trying to rip the ball. The ball's coming loose. And it's a turnover ball. Now counter attack from Manuel Russ here. He's got Tian Swan to pull outside him. Gets through almost through the tackle. That's better for Manuel Russ. That's what we want to see. Lions in the attack here. They need to scrum off. There's a big counter rack. Use the fucking ball. I mean, really, you know, it was so good up until then. So good. But then everybody's so busy, like, sitting at the rack, and nobody's using the ball. You've got to use the ball. You've got to make the call saying, use it. We're not going to get there in time. You don't. The big counter rack comes in, and the Bulls win a penalty. That's now 3 times where the Lions have been in the half. Pretty tight at the moment. Lions take it. Honey, can you do me a favor? Can you complain when you guys get a penalty that might be 50-50? Because all the moment you're jumping on you and just saying it's a terrible ref every single time you concede a penalty. You know, so I mean, the penalty there's for holding on, and they've only just taken and touched the ball there. I think Brendan Fennish come in as defensive consultant, not taking a dig at geography, but we need more experienced coaches. Look, Brosa Perez lashed onto a messy line and almost got through there. I'll talk about geography in a minute. PJ Buerta stopped conceding penalties. Big hit there on Honor Buerta from PJ Steenkamp. He's still going though. Now they shift to Morne Stain. So there's Honor Buerta. Now Held Force trying to find a bit of space. Gets the arms around Curtly Lamapu. And he loses the ball forward. I don't know if it was ripped in the tackle. I think it will be a knock-on. So the Bulls' handling just letting them down at the moment. I think it's pretty early days as well to sort of judge geography. You know, he's been involved for, you know, I mean, it's been about 4 months, about six or 7 games. Yeah, I wouldn't say we've seen a massive improvement, but yeah, again, you know, it's difficult to judge. I don't think we've got particularly good squads. So how much can we judge the performances on coaches as well? I wouldn't say no to Brendan Fenton at all, though. Damn that 50-50 penalty. Right, scrum time now for Bulls on the 22. This lady referee has absolutely no clue what she's doing. You know, it's funny because whenever I talk about referees, and you'll know as a general rule, I don't talk about referees because at halftime you're going to go to the Bulls side and you're going to say, and you're going to read that she's biased against the Bulls, and you're then going to go to the Lions Facebook page and you're going to read how she's so biased against the Lions. So, as a general rule, I just don't talk about referees because it's just Right, scrum here for the Bulls. Sorry, for the Lions, I mean. 122. Come big scrum here. Nice penalty would do nicely. Pretty solid, pretty solid. As a penalty to the Lions there. Scrum's going to be an interesting battle there, I think. Spport versus Carly Sardi. And then obviously on the other side, we've got Jacques Van Rooyen versus Steve Satole. She shit all around. Bulls no try. Bulls was a try. Lions never supporting their body weight at the rucks. I think there's maybe one where that was an issue, but then he actually lost his body weight after he had it his hand on the ground there. So it was a try, though. He was allowed to place, and he did place. So not sure what you mean about that one. And that's as a Lions fan saying that it was a try. Don't you guys get bored of talking about referees? Like, you know, and shouldn't we all become referees maybe? Because it's all we ever talk about. No one's ever good enough. Everyone's terrible. Much like the Lions line out there where we've lost it forward. And nobody ever seems to know what's actually happening because half the time people will disagree between themselves about which way they're blowing and interpretation, stuff like that. Wrong penalty again. How many times must I tell you? Well, what do you want me to do? Just phone Amy and say, Amy, Honey Nell's decided that you're not refereeing very well. Please, can you stop it? Like, I don't know what you want me to do. And there, Superior Mantanzima's elbow is on the ground. So, you know, and the call was illegal binding. And I think actually the call's on the other side against Tissatori and Jacques Van Rooyen, which we don't see on the camera. So, and if it is against Carly Sardi and Josh Tamwe stepping out there, then it's actually the touch judge's call, which is actually Mary Pretorius, I think, on the one side, and I don't know who's on the other side. So that's touch judge call as well. But yeah, if you're thinking of sit here spend the entire afternoon talking about the referee, I'm not. It's boring. I'm going to talk about what I can see, which is people winning them as tackles, people that score nice tries, a scrum like that, which. I mean, Madosh Tamwe, I'm a little confused. He sits down under Warner and goes out in the process there, so it doesn't really make much difference. Very straight decision for him to go down the outside there. Not much support and a lot of Lions defenders. There we go, rolling more from the Lions. PJ Botha has once again broken himself. He's very isolated. Needs support. He's been pulled out. PJ Botha, that's so stupid. I mean, who do you think you are? You're one of the smallest hookers I've ever seen in the game. And you want to go yourself. Oh, now you want to go fight as well. Ooh, now that's a fight I could get into. It looks like it's Carly Sardi versus Arno Botha. Now, I think that could be an interesting one, you know. You know, obviously Arno Botha's got the reach, but I tell you what, I reckon if you were to get hit by Carly Sardi one time, I think it would have hurt. But all seems to have cleared up now. Kevin says, I think the Lions will be very competitive. Didn't they say that last year? I don't think we've said that any years. I certainly have never said, listen, guys, we're going to be competitive in the URC next year. But having said that, it is quite a new squad this year compared to what our Super Rugby squad was 2 years ago. They've been ransacked. They've taken all our bloody good players. We're having a look here. I don't know what we're having a look at. So they're looking at the clean-out chair from Carly Sardi. So the issue is, when does the whistle come in here? So he's going in. The whistle's definitely not gone because she hasn't even put a... The whistle definitely hasn't gone. So he's allowed to clean him out. And it's not like a bad clean out either. Red card? You're asking for a red card for what? For what? I'm not even sure it's a penalty, you know. You're allowed to clean him out. It's not after the whistle either, by the way, because you can watch Amy Barrett in the slow-mo, and she hasn't even raised him after the whistle, so... Red card. That's the comment of the day. You can maybe argue a penalty because I mean, even then, for late, I don't know. So if you're going foul play because of the clean out, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what you're actually penalizing there. Maybe I don't know because I don't even think it's that dangerous of a clear out because his arm does come around, so he does actually wrap as well. He's in the field of the play. PJ Buerta has just gone out. So you could argue maybe it's late in terms of what you see. It's not after the whistle though. It's certainly not a red card. Oh dear. There's a penalty advantage for the Bulls, so penalty for a dangerous tackle. Right, come on, lads, just survive, just survive. Right, ball's going to the corner. That Andrew Warner's the high tackle there against Johan Krabbelot. Nothing malicious, just sort of ducks into it and he goes quite high. So the Bulls now on the 5-meter line. They've got 2 minutes to try to score a try before half time, which would be a bit of a sucker punch to the Lions. They've played well enough so far to go into half time with a 1-point deficit. But this is looking like a very good maul. Yeah, they're going to go all the way. Yeah, it's pretty torrid maul defense. Just on the brink of half time, the Bulls are over with a try. Bill supporters, their Max Dixon saying that May Stevens, yeah, did make. I mean, to ask for a red card for what was a regulation clean out and arguably not even that late is quite amusing. I don't know how Saudi manages to keep going. The guy's absolutely massive. I mean, how big is he? Officially, 124 kgs. Which I would almost believe to be wrong, actually. Detest FF from the Bulls. They managed to sort of retain this. They'll be able to kick us out for halftime, and halftime score will be 14 points to 6, which the Bulls. I don't think the Lions would mind that too much. They do go out, so the Bulls do lead at halftime. 14 points to 6 is the score. It is a completely different line side out there, and you'd actually argue they probably had. I mean, I think if you had to look at the stats, might have actually had more possession, to be honest. But a much more competitive game in Loftus than what we saw a week ago. So long may that continue. But the Lions look even better. The Bulls starting to grind to the gears. Bulls are very accurate, you know. So
Yeah, we'll see what happened in the second half, but at least we got a much more competitive game than we did a week ago. Please just smash like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half before we then head over to Stormers versus Sharks, before we then head over to Scotland versus England. All right, and we are back. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. Halftime score was Bulls 14 points, the Lions 6. Now, as a Lions fan, I was trying to decide what result would I be happy with. And you obviously want to win, and I'd love a victory. I think we've actually played well enough to be in the contention. But realistically, I think leaving with a losing bonus point, getting it nice and tight, getting it close would be a good result for the Lions, who are very much injury ravished at the moment. When you think no Vince Tuka, no Emmanuel Stuka is also injured as well. We've got no Peter Janssen from Furen. We've got no Reinhard Northmark, as far as I understand. Henke van Beek, the junior player of the year, is injured at the moment. No Jordan Hendricks. So we are quite sort of down in terms of the squad that we like to put out. But also that's no excuse, stuff like that. But we also need to get victories. But I think given how much we were outclassed last weekend, I think if we can come back and put in a competitive performance, you want to see progress, don't you? If you're losing matches, if you're not getting the results that you want to see progress. You need something. You need hope. You need something to sit there saying the results will come. And you can then find games that you can target to actually win. Like when you go, for example, maybe play like a Benetton, for example, who are playing well at the moment, but Dragons and stuff like that. I think that there are certain sides that this Lion side can win it. It can beat, and especially when you start having sides come from overseas playing at the high field when you've got home advantage. The Bulls fans, however, probably won't be particularly happy with that performance. I think that they'll argue it's been very, very scrappy. I think that they'll be quite frustrated. They'll be looking for a bonus point win. After last year's performance, that will be their mandate, will be their bonus point win, which is funny because the Bulls have actually struggled to get results in the last couple of quite a while, actually, in the competition so far. If we look at upcoming fixtures for both of them, for example, Lions have got Cardiff at home. They've got Munster at home. They've got Leinster away, which is going to be a really tough match, but thankfully most of the Irish players aren't there, which will help a little bit in terms of a better scoreline. And Ospreys at home, Edinburgh at home, Connacht at home, Benetton at home. So I lie. It's it is, and then Dragons away, for example. So we've got a lot of home games coming up, and I think as a Lions, I think a Lions fan, anything in the top 10, I'll be super chuffed with actually. Let me actually try to get a scoreboard going for the Six Nations, the Irish thing going now. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go. Oh, sure, we didn't actually do one. Let me just quickly sort that out. Let me get a scorecard going. We won't be able to give commentary, but we'll be able to just tell you, or at least have a scorecard for what's going on there. It's on SuperSport Variety 1, though, which I think is like 205. I could be wrong, but yeah, it's whatever Variety 1 is, that's where they're showing the rugby. All right, the Lions are back on the park. So we're not far away from kickoff for the second half. And we need to see a big second half here. Just go and upset them. Go and mock. Just go and lay down a gauntlet. It's because it's difficult being a Lions fan or a Lions player, and where you are written off every single week. And if you win, it's like this, oh my goodness, we didn't expect it. But then as soon as you lose a game, everyone's sitting there going, oh, you guys are just so useless, which is funny for the style, which over the last decade gave us a lot of very good moments. And then have been ransacked and they haven't been able to rebuild. There's kickoff, however. We are back underway for the second half. Chance Swanepoel kicking towards the right-hand side of the park. Albert Lowe, an early touch. Shoves the tackle of Stian Pino, eventually brought down, still inside the 22. I'm just going to get ourselves a scorecard for the Ireland versus Wales game, so we can keep tabs on that. Right, early kick ahead now. It's going to be an opportunity for Dimon So. He's slightly isolated. And yeah, well, there we go. So completely isolated, and they can't Just the breakdown. That's really poor. I mean, you can't just run into someone like an Arno Buerta with no support around you and expect you to be able to recycle that ball. Protect the ball. That's like the most basic thing you can possibly do. Protect the ball. If we don't have the ball, we can't score points. If they have the ball, they're going to score lots of points. Not a good start. But Lions need some more experience. A couple of Springboks team, none of them want to play Lions. I want to see Lions run with the ball more. Well, see, the problem is that we create Springboks and then they bugger off. Look how many ex-Lions players are World Cup winners. You know, you put Malcolm Marx on the side, you put Franco Most on the side, which, by the way, are like two of the positions we need the most. You put Faf de Klerk in the side, you put Alton Yankees back in the side. You know, Cornels Costan's tearing up in the Premiership. You put him back in the side. You look at all the Lions players playing for the Bulls at the moment. As Harold Forster picks up and drive, Bulls looking very good here. Zach Berger shifting towards the left. Lizo Koboka is on, brought down by Andrew Warner. I'd like to see more of Warner van den Berg. Big run there from Alweg Low, but there's a nice big tackle there coming in from that's Ruan Stroud, who stood firm there. Now Moscow Tsier, another big tackle from PJ Steenkamp and PJ Buerta. The PJs. Zach Berger going to the left. Pino had to come up quickly, and he's wrapped up Madosh Tambwe. That's a nice piece of defense. And he's gotten up and wrapped up Alweg Low as well. So lost a few meters there, the Bulls. Good stuff there by Stian Pienaar. Also got Tsier, brought down by Steve Satole. Madosh Tambwe filling in a scrum half. Now tip over the top for Morne Steyn. Is pretty well read by Edel van der Merwe. He will then kick it away. A couple of medics in the field, which will almost make things a bit worrying. But he does find touch. So the Lions do get away with that one. Look at a lot of power surges. If you notice that flicker, I was almost disastrous because Manuel Russ actually lost his footing and then Harold Forster collided into him. Oh, Harold Forster, go give it a break. Don't come here and sit there and try. I mean, what? The guy loses his footing and you run into him. Bloody ex-Lions, tell you. PJ Buerta leaving the ground there. He's got a cut on his face. PJ Buerta's like PJ Steenkamp. And I quite like the look of him. He's quite physical, which is what the Lions have sort of missed. There's a little bit of grunt. But a very exciting youngster in his place in Ruan Venter. I don't know what we're looking at. Well, the medics on the field were because of PJ Buerta. I think PJ Steenkamp, we had a cut in his head and stuff. So Manuel Russ loses his footing, and then Harold Forster collide. What are we looking at here, people? See, Manuel Russ loses footing, collides in the post, and then Harold Forster runs into him. I think they're looking at, did Harold Forster, like, how was he running into him? I mean, you definitely could avoid him. It looks a bit unnecessary, doesn't it? Yeah, he does push him. Yeah, I mean, he's nowhere near the ball. And he actually, having looked at that now, he actually pushed him with both hands. So he's turning, he's going for the ball. He then stands up, so he is kind of in the way. But there's no need to put your arms around him and stuff like that. Like, if you had pulled out like that and gone into him, that would have been fine. Yeah, it is a penalty. There's nothing worse than a penalty, but I think it's a bit unnecessary. If he had kind of pulled out of it and just sort of ran into him, I think it would have been fine because he did sort of go into his way, but there's no need to then push him and shit. Which is a super penalty to give away because all of a sudden the Lions get a free exit, which is what we need. And Moscow City apparently asking why he's not getting the penalty. You see, he grabs him because he almost puts him in the air as well. So, yeah, I don't know what Harold Forster is doing now. I mean, it's pretty soft, to be honest. It is a penalty, so I don't think it's necessary. It's nothing that hectic. But the Lions, as a result, have a penalty, so we can try and kick this a bit further down, and we'll get to put into the line-out, which really doesn't matter because we can't take a line-out. But, yes, what are your thoughts? The Sharks move up to inside centre. I can understand why they've done it. But I like him at outside centre. I think he's such a terrific outside centre. But he's so good, he'll probably be fine inside. PJ Butter's off. Well, there we go. Monde Brandon, show me something. Please. Show me something. I need to see a Lions hooker who can put a ball into the line out. Like, I don't feel like I'm asking ludicrous amount for that. Like, is that unnecessary? Is that unrealistic? Is it unrealistic for he wins the line out there for a URC standard hooker to be able to put a ball into the line out? Rolling more here for the Lions, looking pretty good so far, actually. He's got to get rid of Ruan Nokia. Penalty advantage as well. Right, free roll the dice here. What have we got to conjure up here? Ruan Strowley. Come on, I want to see more Matt Moore here. Swanepoel going pretty flat to Manu Russ, who then stops and goes down. Forster brings him down, but the Lions still have a bit of penalty advantage. Steve's toiling out. A couple of phases would be good here, lads. Right, now out. And the charge down was successful there from Diva and Rousseau. So we'll go back for the penalty. That's what we need here, lads. Okay, now we kick towards the corner and we go again, you lads. This Runock here is not allowed to play there. You can see as soon as he goes over and plays the ball carrier, he's not allowed to do that. He has to go 3 to Satori before he can do that. So as soon as he went over there, that's where the penalty advantage came from. We're not going for the 3 points, are we, lads? Looks like we are, I would have liked to have seen us been a bit braver. He doesn't want to face Damien on outside centre. Well, why is Damien not playing inside centre this weekend, chaps? Can we talk about that? Why is Damien Willemse not playing inside centre this weekend for the Stormers? Like, what is going on? Why aren't we seeing that? We all want to see it. I'd like to see Damien Willemse inside centre, Warrior outside centre, and put whoever the fuck you wanted fullback. But it is a bit of a pipe dream. Anyway, Tian Swanepoel will kick very well. He does kick very well for Poles. The probability apparently sitting at 44%, according to the statistics. He's on the right-hand side. It's not an easy kick at all. It's 5 meters in from the right. But he's got a very nice boot. And he's missed that by quite a mile. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Why not go for the corner and have a go? Be brave, Dako. Be brave. He didn't even come close to slotting that. $22 drop out. Okay, the last score the first point of the half, yeah. One staying going pretty flat towards the middle of the park. It's picked up by, I think it's Ruan Strowley. No. Strowley. That is so useless. How does he have all the time to pick up the defender and he runs into Marcel Coetzee, who has all the time in the world to put his arms around there and then ride the hit? Lions breakdown work when they've got possession is atrocious, absolutely atrocious. There is no protecting of the ball carrier whatsoever. The clear out work has been shambolic. Penalty for the Bulls, and all of a sudden Monde stays kicking to the corner. And if they were to score, they could go 21-6 up, where we've just turned down an opportunity yet. So Ruan Strowley goes in. Where's the clean out? Literally, how is... Oh, my goodness me. That's a Marcelo Coetzee wet dream. If somebody falling in front of him, not part of the tackle. So all he has to do is he goes over, he puts both mitts on the ball, and he waits for the contact. And then as soon as the contact in, he rides the contact, and there's the penalty. Forced to come in the inside line there, running, I think, to Jaco Creel. Ball out to Arno Buerta. Monde Brandon went low and didn't bring him down. Eventually brought down by Carly Sadi. I went low, a little bit flat, wrapped up by Matt Moore and Tian Swanepoel. Zach Berger, Arno Buerta getting a bit of a run, runs into Steve Satole. Lions defense being tested here. Now Moore staying. Long ball out to Harold Forster. He's going to go himself. Could have seen that a mile off. Ruan Strowley tried to get his hands on the ball there, but missed it first time. Zach Berger working back towards Jacques van Rooyen. He's at Koboka now. Steps over the tackle of Ruan Fenter, but brought down in the process. Albert Lowe from a standing start once again. Good continuity from the Bulls. Not really getting a bit of a gap there. That's what they needed. Ruan Nokia getting a few meters. Moscow this time. And Ruben Schoolman has ceded a penalty. They're taking it quickly of the Bulls. They're right on the edge here. This should be a try. Oh, that is fantastic defense. I mean, Zach Berger sniped himself, and I thought he was going all the way, but they managed to just pick him up almost off the ground and drive him back. Walker is not going to go pick up and go. Big defense needed, Jeff, from the Lions. Josh Tummer goes to Monde State. Monde State to Hal Forster. Hal Forster to Arnold Poole. Arnold Poole to Arnsa, who's rounded Edel van der Merwe. That is atrocious. Drop Edel van der Merwe for the next game if you're going to do that crap. That is so easy. After all that, the forward's actually putting their body on the line, and he's just waltzed around you as if you're like, what is this? I mean, wing on a prop. And there's another man outside. So if they're going to the other man outside and they're rounded, then fine. But look at this. All the way around. And Edel van der Merwe has come up quickly, and he's completely misjudged it. Where was Edel van der Merwe? What was he doing? He wasn't close to Kurtley Arendse. I can understand him coming up to try and hit Kurtley Arendse early because he had to, because there was a man outside. But he doesn't even go for him. I mean, great finish. I mean, he didn't really have to do much, did he? The pass took out the defender. That is shambolic defending. That's what I'm saying. We should have gone for the 7 points, or at least the 5 points. Should not have gone for the 3 there, chaps. The Bulls were going to score this half. We knew that was going to happen. Monde staying for the conversion, and he doesn't miss. So that's what I'm saying. What could have been 11-21 or 21-13 is now 21-6, and now that's a big margin to come back from. You got to be brave here, lads. Horrible defensive line. So going out wide, a bit of a messy patch to play. Now Mapu's breaking. The Bulls got a lot of space here. Edel van der Merwe needs to come across. Moody. He does make the tackle. Jack Creel trying to make the steal there. Warning van den Berg on the park early as well. That's good to see. Now the Bulls going out wide. There's so many numbers. You got to shift. Moscow steer straight in, but he got the ball away to Albert Lowe. He's locked the ball forward. Now the Lions can try and counter. Divan Rousseau spots the space in behind, looking for that 50-22. And it bounces. Good answer going back to Monde Stain, who's dabbed over the top. It's a bit of a strange kick. He hasn't even found touch, by the way. Moody makes the tackle, though. So the Lions with possession on the halfway line. Weird kick there from Monde Stain. He just chipped it towards the halfway line. There's nobody chasing it either. I think he was trying to find touch and try to slow it down, but he didn't find touch. But the Bulls have turned the ball over on the ground. He's at Koboka ducking underneath the tackle. He's on a run here. Brought down by Divan Rousseau. Warning van den Berg slipping the tackle. Now it's to the left. They've got plenty of numbers out wide. Hal Forster sucking the one in. Desperate tackle there for Manuel Russ. But he doesn't hold him, so he picks up and has another go. Zach Berger flat ball to Jacques van Rooyen. Brought down by Carlos Sari. This is good continuity. Zach Berger himself gets the offload away to Ruan Nokia. It's all very disjointed. The Bulls looking promising here. Marcel Kitsia. Big hit on Ruan Steenkamp. Oh, that's a harsh penalty. It's for not rolling away. where he does, and then because Wilma Schumann comes in for I think if Wilma Schumann doesn't come in and try and make that steal, I think we get away with that, Oh my goodness, ball retention. Although Jacques Free was a great player, lost me by criticizing your own players in the media is pathetic. Even the captain, that is just ridiculous in the world we live in right now. You don't do that. I don't know. I quite liked it, to be honest. I thought he was. I mean, look, maybe not to the extent, but after what we saw last week, I think there was a need for a big wake up call. I think there was a need to certain say that that you guys need to get going. And to be fair, we saw it in the first half. We saw what the kick up the arse actually did. So if he kind of gets the response, you can kind of go with it. Lost to 4 there, the Bulls. So Lions are breaking away from Yaka Creel. Oh, handoff on Albert Low. Away from you, Morning State. He's still going as Yaka Creel. That's the Yaka Creel of old. He hasn't made that many meters forward, but it's just good to. I don't know how Forster's played him. Now, Transformable's got plenty of time to find a big boot. It's a bit of a weird kick straight down the middle. What he's going to do? Eventually puts the ball up. This will be in the 22. So more, yeah, just mark it. Thank you very much. Quickly take this from Swanepoel trying to turn. I think that's more staying back there. Up and under there, Morning Vandenberg spills that forward. You can't do that, but it's offside off a Bulls player, I think. So it's a Lions penalty. Now go for the corner here. That series of play all can be traced back to the Marcel turnover. Literally, as I was saying, if you protect your ball on the ground, you can save yourself a lot of headaches. Imagine tough job to be Lions coach, considering that you don't have much talent to work with. There's enough talent, coach can't get the best out of them. I think I think there's talent, but it's not talent like the other units. It's young and raw talent, if we're being very honest here. We don't have the pedigree that other teams do. Bulls have got the fewest number of Springboks, current Springbok squad members, and yet you've got Harold Forster, Lionel Pooh, Mornay Stang, Marcel Coetzee, Jacques van Rooyen, Ambrose Sapir. These are all players who have played at very high levels. Arno Buerta, these are Koboka. Those, and they're the team with the fewest current Springboks. So there's a lot of talent at the Lions, but it's very young talent. A lot of it's very young talent. So it's difficult because I think we need a couple of messy lineup there, and it's a penalty for the Bulls because we can't fucking win a lineout, so that's a start. But we need more senior players. We need an Elton Yankees at 10, with that composure and that experience. We need an outside or inside center that's got the experience. Bergendal is great, but we've got Berger Undal where the Sharks have got a Bent Apawai, a Lekanyuam. Edel van der Merwe chasing the up and under after the penalty didn't go into touch. Knock on there from Morning Stain. So Lions have got possession back here. Morning van den Berg looking to go himself. He's wrapped up by 2 Bulls players. And they managed to hit the ball in the tackle and get a few meters there. It's well done. Lions almost up to the 22 meters. Morning van den Berg looking to try and inject a bit of pace into the game. I like Morning van den Berg. I'd like to see more of him. Glad he's getting a bit of a standard run out here. Van den Berg going to Swanepoel going for the cross kick. If this gets taken, this could be interesting. Oh, Indy Van so can't take it. He loses it forward and then it runs out. Oh, my goodness. That could have been interesting. It was a good cross kick. It was a nice idea. It's not 100 minutes. It's 55 minutes. I'll be back in 2 seconds as well. I'm back. Finally got my drink. People. A bit of sugar to inject a bit of life into me because today's been a day from hell. Anyway, what have I missed? Line up there for the Bulls. Still the same score line, and Monde staying over the up and under. Test it. Why is Monde van den Berg always underneath this? Edel van der Merwe. That's almost a brilliant take out the air. It's very unfortunate from him. Oh, and he's dropped it as Monde staying. Bullshit Lions got great talent, bloody lazy administrators and coaches, I'd say. Administrators I can go with. Again, it's the coach's first season, so it's a bit difficult to completely put everything on them. I don't know. I'd like to see a new. I mean, it's the jury's still out about Ivan van Rooyen, isn't it? But in theory, we've got far more recognized coaches around than we did a year ago, which helps. Skalk Brits needs to come off the retirement, play for the Lions. I would love to have Skalk Brits. Skalk Brits should have come back to the Lions. You know, it's where it all began. All right, scrum advantage there. Penalty advantage in the scrum. Edel van der Merwe has decided stuff us. I'm bored of sitting on the wing. I'm going to come here and get involved. Penalty advantage as well. We're on Stride with a solid carry. It's a bit better from the Lions. Monde van den Berg going to Tian Swanepoel. Tian Swanepoel going to Manu Russ. There's no credit. There's just not much in the back line. Why have we never seen Matt Moore take a ball into the line or something? You know, he's the only decently sized backline player we've got, and he's never taken the ball into contact once. I mean, Manu Russ is the size of a scrum half, and he's our major ball carrier. Swanepoel puts the kick in behind. They've just called advantage over. Typical. So as we say, you know, he had the advantage for penalty for a while, and then Ivan Rousseau kicks it ahead and decides, you know, we actually don't need a penalty advantage. So it's turnover ball. Cody Arnson did well. They did not step into touch. And the Lions have wasted a good taking opportunity. Want to stay now with the cross kick? Oh, no! Ivan Rousseau almost with the intercept. If he had taken that, I think he would have strolled over as well, you know. And I don't know why Monastan's going with his option. Puts the cross kick, and Ivan Rousseau is on it very quickly. Yeah, if he takes it, he's over. If he takes it, it's try time. And probably should have taken it, actually, having looked at it now. Okay, I'm trying to get the Six Nations scoreboard going over here, so give me 2 seconds. It's 7-0 to Ireland so far. So that is... Oh, there we go. So we've got a bit of a scoreboard going for you guys. We'll try and get that as up to date as possible. Okay, if we're gonna list people to come back and help us, like, why don't we just list people that we actually like could be coming back and help us, like current players? I mean, Malcolm Marx and Flippin Franco Masters are busy earning money in Japan. Come back here. We've got weather. We've got cheap booze. If you've got foreign currency, I mean, those are the players we need back. Front row, actually, we're doing okay. We need a hooker, though. So, yeah, I'm backing the Skalk Brits shop. Malcolm Marx, what we need. Aka van der Merwe. I don't know why the Lions don't go and buy a Fez and Barter. For me, I mean, it's probably because it's actually too obvious to go and do. But he's falling down the pecking order. He's becoming like the Sharks Currie Cup hooker, where he could be starting week in, week out for the Lions, in front of the block coaching staff. You know, come on, that's what we need. Meanwhile, Ireland have got a penalty, and Johnny Sexton is busy lining up a 3-pointer attempt. The Aviva Stadium, a very full Aviva Stadium. And he's actually pushed that wide as Sexton. Right, new scrum for the front rows here. We've got Ruan Drea on. Oh, it's a big scrum for the Lions. That's a huge scrum for the... Well, the Bulls then came up with the big scrum themselves. That was an interesting scrum, actually, because the initial push was the Lions, and then the Bulls sort of came across. Now, it's interesting that the Lions are penalised for wheeling the scrum, which I think the scrum did wheel. I think the wheeling of it came more from the Bulls' second shove there. Right, Monde Stand will kick the Bulls out of their own half. See, it is with Koboka on Ruan Drea. I've never rated Ruan Drea as a particularly good scrummager, especially at tight head. But Bismarck on the park now for the Bulls as they go for the rolling more once again. It's been relatively well defended so far. Advantage though, side entry. Having said that, now they're on a bit of a run with a penalty advantage as well. Bismarck goes himself. Morning van den Berg managed to hold on. Morning Stain goes to Milan Poo. And when Ambrose appears, just dropped that, but there's still a penalty advantage for the Bulls. You expect it to be blown quite quickly here. Ambrose appear going to Albert Lowe, quickly to Cody Orenser. Accidental knock on there from Dion So. And we'll go. Oh, go for the scrum actually. So that was a penalty advantage, but obviously advantage Jola. We don't seem to be getting any reward from the scrum dominance. From what I could see, I dominated the last two scrum. My view, look, I think there, Ruan Drea was just nowhere, to be honest. I initially thought so as well until they showed the other angle. Tyron Green, Wild Lions let him go. Well, we didn't have any say in the match, to be honest. SA Rugby decided to let any players based here have a free sort of get out of jail free card in terms of cancelling their contracts, and that's how we lost Tyron Green, which pisses me off. That's the thing. We didn't even get money for him. Like we didn't even get any compensation. So great. I'm so glad that we have just we gave the Harlequins, one of their best players at the moment just for free. It's pathetic. Look, Yanni's still around. I'd almost have Yanni as in terms of scrummaging for Ruan Drea. Get a hard nose. Don't take any prisoners. Coach like Madden, a proper old army assistant like Sway. Sway's a proper assistant, not a head coach. Or do you want a system guy like Beefent or Jake White? I'd like to see Sway's back. I know he had a lot of issues off the pitch and stuff like that. And maybe not necessarily as a head coach. Maybe like just the assistant coach would be what he needs. But we just tried things under Sway. We were just very positive. It didn't always come off. But we tried things. Brad, so Lions are shit. Well, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The comment of the day, the most hardcore analysis you'll find of the entire afternoon. You could spend years in journalism school before you could have analysis like that. What do you do later to vindicate that? Matters just never seems to have been keen to go back into coaching, hasn't he? Just never could be asked. Time back on here. Still 7 points to 0 over in Ireland versus Wales. Johnny Sexton's lining up another penalty attempt. Come on, lads. Big scrum here. Let's try to get a losing bonus point. Hey! Scrum for the Lions. On the other side there, it's against Robert Hunt, who I don't particularly rate, I don't think, to be fair, I don't think Jake White would intended of having him in the side as much as he is. But the loss of Trevor Nyakani has necessitated. Johnny Sexton's missed another one, doing a bit of a Holiday Pollard impression over there. And we've taken it quite quickly and found a decent touch finder, so we're inside Bulls territory. Now make this count. Make it count. Make it count. Interested to see how Morgan O'Dear goes. He's very highly rated as the young prop, and we could use a nice young loose head. Right, Morning Brandon, find your line jumper. It's going to be Ewan Schoolman from the looks of it. That's a horrible throw, but we have managed to hold on to it. Edel van der Merwe decide. when are we going to see Matt? I mean, we've got we're on Australia. That's a nice little line run into the 22. Better, yeah, from the Lions. Wally van den Berg. Out to Morgan Nordia, first receiver. Kieran Horn's on now. He's an exciting player. You're talking about Tyron Green. Tyron Green 2.0 in the form of Kieran Horn. Wally van den Berg. Inside ball for Ruan Drea. Oh, he almost found the half gap at the tight head. Bismarck's over there. He's got hands on the ball. He's won a penalty. Because, as usual, the Lions can't protect the ball on the ground. It's so poor. It is so poor. The ball retention on the ground is what is suffocating us. You can't win matches if you can't secure your own ball on the ground. It's like so basic as well. Like you're not asking for much, are you? You're asking to be able to carry the ball when you make a line break and still be able to protect it. By Bismarck DBC, there wasn't even an attempt to clean out on him. Mr. Boss is mad as a proper coach, too young to sit in the studio and make it us. I think he's quite comfortable there. He doesn't have to worry about being fired. He doesn't have to worry about the stress. He earns money. I think he's quite enjoying the life of the pundit. Finn Russell versus Marcus Smith. Who's better in your view, Stephen? Well, I think we're talking about Finn Russell versus the next Finn Russell. You know, Finn Russell on his day, I think can be the best fly half in the world. Marcus Smith is incredibly exciting, but Finn Russell's he just thinks in a way nobody else does. Like Marcus Smith's a very creative player, but Finn Russell tries things other people wouldn't even begin to dare. When he's playing well, it's a whole different game. So I'm excited to see them against each other this week. It should be quite fun. But a couple of carries here from the Bulls. Ron Strider trying to get his hands on the ball. Now Mbrosa Pierre decided to go to the boot. Tester for Kieran Horn. Good take from him. Takes the tackle well as well. Now Jaco Kriel runs to Chris Smith. We need to see more of that Jaco. You know, he's the only one that's got that sort of that desire when he carries the ball. Tian Swanepoel has turned Madash Tamwe. Madash Tamwe is treated well. Given the ball to Cody Aronson, who exits 22, so the ball goes high in the air. It'll be a tester. Why is Monique van den Berg always underneath us? As you'd expect, Madash Tamwe wins now. Monique van den Berg's tiny. The offload goes to Bosa Pierre, Kieran Horn. Oh, but Monique van den Berg's all over that ball. I'll give him a reward before she loses out on the jackal there. Mapua at scrum half, giving it to Gaboka, who carries well. Bosa Pierre now looking to shift it to the left. Go straight to Mapu, who's brought it down. And a knock on there from the Lions, I think, in the clean out. So it'll be a Bulls scrum. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand why Monique van den Berg seems to be under every high ball under the sun. I mean, he's tiny, absolutely tiny. How could you put Monique van den Berg up against Madash Tamwe and expect him to win that battle? Like, come on, people, let's be serious. Come, big scrum, you lads. Win a penalty and let's get moving. Because I think Liesel will have the measure of Andrea, who stood up there. But I think Morgan O'Dear will have the measure of Robert Hunt. Oh, Ronnie Sexton in the break there. Long pass out wide. Iron's looking good here. Iron on the doorstep. This is some very good rugby going on here. Jamison Gibson Park, that's a fun guy to watch. Meanwhile, in South Africa, pretty solid scrum there, not much happening at the moment. Now the Bull scrum starting to come in, but it's available, so Emi Batchance his player, that's what I like to see. Forster going out wide, Cody Aronson gives it to Kanan Moody. Kanan Moody decides to chip and chase, and he's found Australia to touch actually, so it's a mistake from the Young Bulls wing. That's what I'm saying, Lions, how many opportunities do you want to get back into this game? Like, they keep giving them to us, and we just keep saying, nah, you know what, we're actually all right. We don't need it. Right, so a Lions line out. Now just win the damn thing, can we please? Morley Browning goes to Ron Fenton, who's back on the park. It's a good line win there. Morley van den Berg going to Andrea, who has dropped the ball in contact. Oh, Andrea, you're so shit. I mean, really, 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 really. Oh, dear. Another tight head is definitely on the shopping list for the Lions. I don't know who you get there in this country. Not a lot of tight heads out there, you know. Obviously, you've got Asinata and Clavicania in the junior setup, who I think is going to be a good player. A lot of people are very sized, I believe, and judging completely on the side that he's big, but we've seen big players make it, so what does it matter? Big scrum, yeah, people, big scrum. Why doesn't Lions seem interested in Curran Bosch from Sharks? Think he's a good fly half. I would put him at fullback if we signed him. We've got our fly half and Jordan Hendrickson. Yeah, the problem with Curran Bosch, as Johnny Sexton eventually manages to find a penalty, the problem with Curran Bosch is just that defense of his, which is just, I don't understand how somebody with so much talent is just falling by the wayside, but a lot of it comes down to his lack of defense. I wouldn't mind him at fullback, though. I wouldn't have him at fly half. I would just want Jordan Hendrickson back at fly half. Medic says Curran Bosch needs to spend a season or two in England. He needs to work on his game management. Yeah, I think going overseas would be a good move for him. Tell you who the Lions need is Warwick Halant at fullback. That's what we need. Right, another scrum, yeah. Oh, he got straight down here, Robert Hunt has. Yeah, thank you. The call comes from the touchline ref, and it's Robert Hunt. It's gone straight down. Penalty for the Lions. There we go. I don't know why you're shaking your head, mate. You were basically living on the ground there. You had to pay rent to go so far in the ground so long. Right, big kick needed. Yeah, Tian Swanepoel. Now, it's not a bad touch find. It's just inside 22. I mean, his knees are on the ground. I mean, I don't know what he's complaining about. Robert Hunt was absolutely nowhere there. As I said, I don't think Robert Hunt's good enough at this level. But, chaps, can we stop aligning this whole short socks nonsense like Morgan Rodier? It looks terrible. Good line out. Frankie Horn at the back there. Here comes the Lions running more. Here we go. Here we go. Inching forward. The call's going to come to use it, though, quite soon, I'm sure. Still trying to edge forward. It's coming. It's just, we're so close. You just got to keep going there. Now it's gone down. It's available there for the Lions. Big counterattack coming from the Bulls. Got to get this ball out. It is available. We have pick up and go here. Advantage. Penalty advantage. Come on, lads. Let's try again. How do you keep socks high? No, the thing is, he doesn't even. It's not like he comes on with long socks and then they fall down. He literally has like ankle socks, or like he rolls them down so that when he comes on, they're around his ankles. So like at least make an effort. If it comes down during the game, it comes down. But it looks like he's wearing anklets. Better, yeah, lads. Better. So if the problem is you need to score a try, convert it, and then come back and get a penalty, so we can get a losing bonus point. This has been a much better performance though from the Lions. Go to the back line. That's a good line out. That's the kind of line out when we want to see, and it's a good. Well, it's gone down. But that sack is late as well. So it's another penalty advantage. Ruan Fenter, go Ruan, go Ruan. That's what we like to see. A bit of a youngster deciding to do it all himself. Free roll the dice here, lads. Penalty advantage. Morne Vandenberg. That was so selfish. Pick up and go here. It's going to be on Ruben Schoolman. He goes over. Award it, Amy. Award it. Thank you. Ruben Schoolman is over. Finally. Flippin' finally we're there. Trying to find that old bloody half. Come on, lads. One more try. Well, first of all, it's a bonus point victory. But if we score another try, suddenly it could be a bit of a last big 10 minutes. We've looked much better in the last 10 minutes, yeah? The scrums are going one way because Robert Hunt's struggling and over there. I think it's Morgan O'Dear. Add the 2 extras here. Come on, guys. Losing bonus points, and I won't be very happy, but I'll be relieved at the fact that we're more competitive. I don't have to win every single game. I want to be competitive. I don't want to be blown away every week. Chance one to pull. It'll just come in. Yep. So if 21 points to 13. Oh, what a move there from the Wales. This looks like a very good game, by the way. Time is off. What are you looking at? Somebody injured. Yeah, Creel's going off. Yeah, decent innings. We're starting. We haven't quite seen the best Jack Creel, but we're starting to see that Jack Creel that we got used to seeing. Kieran Horn from the restart, bringing up that left boot of his. That's a very nice touch finder. Kieran Horn, well done, son. He's a very nice player. He's an exciting player to watch out for. He's part of that SA under-20 squad. Not the biggest character, very much the Tyron Green type person. A lot of desire, very quick. And now this is what we like to see. The Bulls slowing things down. They know that if they need one more try, it's a bonus point win for them. But if the Lions score here, suddenly they're 1 point behind. So going for the more here are the Bulls after that press conference. Ruan Dre. He's just always conceding penalties. It's a walking penalty. Bismarck Duplessis trying to break. Morning Van den Berg doing well to bring him down. But Ruan Dre has seen another penalty, which means the Bulls will be able to kick towards the corner here. Ruan Dre. Disaster. Got to find ourselves a tight head. Bulls just past the 10-meter line now. Brosa Pierre goes inside ball to Lisa Koboko, leaves the ball behind. So we'll go back for the penalty, which is against Ruan Dre for just finding himself in the middle of nowhere during that rolling ball. Very frustrating, that is. I like to Swanepoel. I think you should join a proper team like the Sharks. No. Don't even need him. Where would you play him? You don't have a position in the backline that does not have an internationally capped player. So I think we need him a bit more than you do. Bulls hunting for the bonus point. On the 22 here. If there was ever a time to win a line out here, lads, this would be it. Just clean on a take there. Now it needs a big more defense, but they're going on a bit of a run here, the Maul. They're driving them towards the touchline. Bismarck Duplessis has to come inside. Well, what's the call here? Turnover ball. Yeah, good call there, Annie. So he wasn't attached, wasn't bound, was Bismarck Duplessis, so it's turnover ball here. Lions breathe again. I was wondering why everybody's walking away. Ruben Schoolman's gone down with some cramp. I think he's not happy. He's been much better today as Ruben Schoolman. A proper locks performance, just that sort of never-ending, hitting all the rucks, making the tackles. He's been much better today. He's a frustrating player, Ruben Schoolman, because when he plays well, he's a nice player. But players that have played well for the Bulls, Curtly Orange has been pretty hit and miss, hasn't he? Also, I think it's been the best performance on Monde, actually. So we're still waiting to see that really good fly performance in the South African domestic scene. But the loose chair has been good for the Bulls as usual. Arno Botha, Mascotier, Arno, and Albert Lowe have been very physical. I thought once again these Walkers looked very good off the bench. Looked very good ball carrier. I wanna fly, can you take me? See, Ruben Schoolman has made 14 tackles today. Missed just one. He's won 2 turnovers on the ground. He's made 3 carries and he scored a try. Good outing, lad. Messy scrums here. Another reset. Come on, lads. Penalty, get to the other end, score a try, lose within 1 point. Take the positives. How's it, Stephen? Are you staying on for the real game after this one? Yeah, Grant, we're going to be doing Scotland versus England later. Yes, we will be doing Stormers versus the Sharks after this, and then we'll be doing England versus Scotland later. So yeah, so we'll be on. I think that game officially starts at 1:15. Am I not? If I'm right, the 5:05. They don't exactly give us a lot of time to turn things around, do they? Another penalty at scrum time for the Lions. 3 minutes to go. Can we get ourselves within bonus point? Why are you focusing on Muller ace? I mean, really, camera work here, people. So yeah, it's another scrum penalty there for the Lions. Tian Swanepoel, come on, nice touch finder. Oh, that is gorgeous. That's it, Tian Swanepoel. That's what we like to see. He's put the Lions, I think, in the 22, Not enough time to win the game yet from the Lions, but certainly enough time to try and find a losing bonus point, which I would take. So yeah, as usual, we'll wrap this game up, do a quick review, and then we'll go up, and we'll be back up for Stormers versus. Oh, it's not straight. Oh, my living. Morning, Brandon. Can the Lions find a hooker? And the Lions who spent the entire evening at teasers and still wouldn't be able to sign a decent hooker. Well, if it's a scrum now, so it might not be the worst result, but the time she is ticking away. Someone drank his funny beers today, and actually, I'm off beers. I've been told to cut down on the drinking, which sucks. I don't even think I drank that much, but so no beers today. Yeah, it's sad, isn't it? Sad day when you can't have as many beers as you'd like. Man of the match for Andrea. Come on, people. Say more through the middle, yeah. No, it's an advantage. Damn it, I thought we were going to be able to try and get some turnover ball there. Penalty for the Bulls. Yeah, I think we're going to end up with the final score 21-13 here, which is probably about right. I'm frustrated not to be able to get that extra point. It would have been nice to have gotten a losing bonus point. But having said that, after we were absolutely blown away, I think this game's been pretty even. I think apart from some very soft tries, the Curtly Orange try frustrates because I think that was just unbelievably soft. I mean, it was touch rugby and it still would have stood because just nobody even got anywhere near him. But the Lions pack has stood up today for once. And I think that, some people didn't like it, but I think the talking to the Jacques Free and obviously Creel gave the team during the week has worked. The line out has not been, the back line's been nowhere, to be honest. Mani Russ, he tries hard, but he's too small to be able to make an impact outside center. He probably doesn't have defining pace. He doesn't have a phenomenal step. So he's a solid player, but he's just nothing special. And unfortunately, we need something a bit special in this team. Well, the Bulls are throwing the ball over the line out, so the Lions have actually managed to retain to get possession back. So the hoot is about to go. So we've got it. Well, we can't make a mistake, can we? No, you can't kick it, Tian Swanepoel. That just sums it up, doesn't it? The hooter goes and he tries to kick ahead. It bounces loose, and Matt Moore has done very well. I thought he'd done very well. Yeah, and they'll just kick it out. Tian Swanepoel, that's so. I mean, how do you do that? How do you kick the ball? How do you put up and under when the game is done? Like, that could be the dumbest thing I've seen from the Lions in a long time. And we saw them not kick the ball dead last week on the halfway line for a penalty. Anyway, final score, 21 points to 13. Completely different Lions side. A Lions side which showed up actually and competed, but were not clinical enough. I'd like to see a bit more creativity in that back line. Didn't really manage to cause Bulls too many issues and a little bit poor defensively. But a much improved performance, 21 points, 13. The Bulls, no bonus point for them. The Lions, they'll leave with nothing, but they will be feeling a bit better about that performance. We'll be live in about 7-8 minutes before the Stormers versus Sharks game starts. So we'll join you guys then. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe on the way out, and I'll see you guys in a bit.